Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Three Kings reaction videos. It's just one king today, guys. I'm so sorry. We might be posting again. We might. The thing is, this thing called life happened, and we all got discombobulated and whatnot. But big sports guy, so we're gonna be kind of reacting, kind of going through the playoffs so far. So, what an NFL playoffs we are having. Kind of crazy, low key. Like looking at kind of just the games all around, it's been nuts. So our number one seeds, we had Seattle and Denver. Both played pretty great seasons, got the wins when they needed it. Let's start on our left side. Let's go Buffalo, Jacksonville. Now this game was pretty close. 27-24. Bills pull away due to a Trevor Lawrence interception, but it kind of got tipped. I felt bad for the Jags because they finished 4-13 last year, and they kind of flipped, finally, or flipped their record, and finally they made the playoffs, got home field advantage, but I have to play the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen can kind of do it all, and that's kind of what he did this game. Next game was the New England Patriots versus the Chargers. I felt bad for Herbert because I don't think Herbert's a bad quarterback whatsoever. If you watched how many times that the quarterback was pressured in this game, it was like every single throw. Maybe 3 or 4 where he wasn't. But my gosh, they couldn't get any room. And New England scored 1 touchdown, literally had 3 field goals. And they only scored that touchdown in the fourth quarter. It was really just kind of separated, kind of the margin. But this was not a great game from the Patriots. They really did not play that great. This one was pretty good. It was 6-7 at half. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? And then, out of nowhere, Houston scores 23 points inside the fourth quarter, which two of the 3 touchdowns were defensive touchdowns. We have the pick six. Or was it 2 pick sixes? I kind of forget. Or was it a scoop and score? I did watch all of these games, but yeah, I felt bad again. A-Rod, you did enough. Kind of. It's mainly because Tyler Loop missed the field goal. If the Ravens are in the Steelers spot, I'm not sure this game goes this way. I'm not sure we have a Texans-Patriots divisional. I'm not sure because the Ravens. I'm gonna tell you, Ravens had a lot better of a chance to beat the Texans than the Steelers did, but due to the circumstances, they got that spot, and they scored 6 points. Carolina, Los Angeles. This game was nuts. Oh my gosh, the Panthers are actually winning this game. And Matthew Stafford just, pulls some stuff out of his butt, and boom, freaking win this game. Barely. I mean, this was not supposed to be a game. I think Vegas had Rams at a 9.5. Is that correct? It was something pretty big. Or no, 10.5, I'm pretty sure. What a game. This is not supposed to be a game. Next, the Bears and the Packers. I did watch this one. As you can see in the box score, Green Bay was up 21-3 at half, and then 21-6 entering the fourth quarter. I think they were up 21-6 with hold up. It was 27-16 with 6.5 minutes left. You're okay, they got it, right? Bears shut down and Caleb Williams. And we're not done with Caleb Williams yet. We'll get to the divisionals. But my gosh, was he an animal. Bears freaking rollback. 49ers, Eagles. This one was a pretty good game for the most part. Obviously, the 49ers did just kind of enough. I keep saying the A.J. Brown drop ball, but They played like really weird this year. I heard this was a chaotic season for the Eagles, or for the Eagles and their fans. So I kind of feel bad, but like, I've said that like 3 times. Yeah, I'm an empathetic type of guy. Okay, this was a game. You wonder who really won here, as Buffalo finally gets an opportunity to advance to the AFC Championship game without Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or Joe Burrow. Who was standing in the way of Buffalo Bills? Probably Drake, May. And honestly, that'd be a really good game. But Buffalo kicks a field goal to send it into overtime, and the legendary Bo Nix makes a drive all the way down to kick the game-winning, what was it? It was a really short field goal. 23-yard Will Lutz field goal sends him into the game winner to go to the AFC Championship. Everybody's going nuts. Denver's celebrating. I think not even 20 minutes after the game happened. We jumped from game to game, so it went to Denver to, I think, the Patriots game. The Seahawks game. Bo Nix is broken. Bo Nix is out for the season with a broken ankle. It's a series of unfortunate events, but I don't even know who's starting for the Broncos. I think it's Stidham. New England rolled over the Houston Texans. It looks like it pretty good. It looks like, it's close. Stroud threw 4 interceptions. Drake, I think, threw 2. Not pretty game. All right. Our next game is the Seahawks 49ers. This game was over when the kickoff happened. Seattle ran it back and basically called it from there. This team looks pretty legit. Oh, this might be... I don't know. What was the best game in the playoffs? Let us know in the comments. Rams somehow, some way, come up with this freaking game. Also, what about the controversial calls? Was that an interception in this game and in the Bills-Broncos game? That's up for grabs. Caleb Williams, with probably the throw of the century, put some crap out of his magic sack and scored the touchdown. I screamed out loud very loudly and couldn't believe it. And forced it overtime, and I think the Rams kicked, right? I think the Rams kicked, or no, yeah, they kicked off. Chicago had first possession. They forced a 4th down, and then Bears forced a 4th down on the Rams. You're like, oh my gosh, if I give the ball to Caleb Williams, he's gonna do that stuff again. Caleb Williams starts driving a little bit and goes, okay, then throws a pick. Then Rams drive, get a field goal. Just like that, Rams are in the conference NFC championships. So we have a New England and Denver and Los Angeles and Seattle. This is going to be so good. I think the Broncos had to play amazing with like no mistakes against New England. I think New England's just losing your starting quarterback. I think if they had Bo Nix, oh my gosh, it was building up. NFL script writers did everything right. They had it the 1 versus 2 for the AFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl. I think New England's just too powerful. I think New England goes to the Super Bowl. The way that Seattle handled the 49ers and the way that these 2 games for Los Angeles have been too close, I think the Seahawks get it done. I really do think the Seahawks get it done. And it's in the battle of Seattle and New England. I think Drake May. Hold up. You think I'm a fake, right? Really? Think I'm a fake? Freaking Air Drake gets it done in the Super Bowl. All right, guys. Since we talked about the NFL, we're going to head over to college now. Starting in the first round, going from the top down. Oregon, James Madison. This was rough. This was rough. You already could tell. You're like, oh, James Madison would be an awesome Cinderella story. That is not happening. Not happening whatsoever. Bama, Oklahoma. This had Oklahoma in this game for like 80% of the game, and then Alabama got some momentum and never looked back. It looked like Oklahoma was having a toxic environment. I'm like, oh my gosh, home field advantage. SEC. Oklahoma's going to beat Alabama for the second time this season. And then Alabama just never looked back. Ty Simpson was unreal. Tulane, Ole Miss was another one. Was like, maybe, but not really. They're just too good. Miami, Texas A&M was probably rumored to be the best game out of the opening weekend, and it was probably the worst. As an entertainment level, and I'm speaking as an entertainment level, the battle of the defenses was really cool to see, but Miami powers through, and you can see highlighted means I'm a fan. Ohio State could not get it done against Miami. Ohio State let Sayan get sacked 11 times in the last two games against Miami and against Indiana. Two really good defenses who actually met in the national championship, which we'll get to that later. But my goodness, it was frustrating as an Ohio State fan. We were down 14-0 really early because Sayan threw a pick six in the red zone. And I don't know, take that away, it's a different game, but he definitely threw that thing. Brian Hartline took a job at USF, if I'm correct, South Florida, who they beat Florida earlier this year. Takes the head coaching job, and he still runs the play calls in the Indiana game. We lose to Indiana 10-13, and everybody's like, is he just taking it? Is he just making it raps? Does he not want this championship? Ryan Day goes, okay, let me take the offensive play calling away from you, so you can worry about coaching our wide receivers. Let me do the play calling. Ryan Day is an excellent play caller. He really is, because he started play calling C.J. Stroud, and I think the offense with C.J. Stroud in either 21 or 22, literally the best offense to come out of Ohio State, other than 2024 OSU's playoff. Ohio State playoff, that was the best offense. Either way, Miami goes to the semis. Ole Miss and Georgia was the best game, I think, of the entire playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. It was literally awesome. I'm gonna say that Georgia Ole Miss was the best game of the playoffs. Ole Miss Miami was great. It really was, but this game just had, everything. Kiffin leaves. Ole Miss's only loss in the regular season is to Georgia, which kind of knocked him out of the SEC championship game. Kiffin leaves to go to LSU, tries to pull a bunch of people. A lot of people, or some coordinators and coaches, they're like, hey, we want to do something in this Ole Miss program, and they get it done against Georgia. Unbelievable. Indiana, Alabama was probably, I was going to say, the worst beatdown, but it really wasn't, because Indiana played Oregon next round, and that was not whatever. Oregon and Tech, you felt bad for Tech. They were just extremely likable. Jacob Rodriguez had a great season. Probably should have been a Heisman finalist, but Texas Tech had a great season. Oregon, Indiana. I started watching this in the Texas Roadhouse parking lot, and Indiana kept scoring. 56-22, Oregon loses in the playoffs again by getting blown out. Ole Miss, Miami. This was a great game. Up till that last drive of the national championship, Beck was him. He was Completion percentage was upper 60s, lower 70s. He's making the right reads. He trusted his playmakers in Malachi Toney and Mark Fletcher. But man, what a run. And then last night, to cap it off, IU plays Miami for the championship. And for the first time since 17? No, what am I doing? For the first time since like Yale in 1920s, Indiana University goes 16-0 and defeats Miami in the national championship. Miami worked their way through to beat an A&M team in College Station. They come to Texas to go to face Ohio State, defeats them, plays really well defensively probably. Got 2 first-round picks in this year's draft. Beat a really fired-up Ole Miss team that just came off a win against Georgia. And has to face IU, Indiana, 16-0. It's weird that we live in a world that is IU that went 16-0. It just made sense for this game. Honestly, I had Indiana by more than 7. It was close. Yeah, Miami's defense was pretty legit. I frustrated Mendoza. Mendoza's QB run to score that last touchdown was so sick, bro. It was so awesome. But, I mean, Indiana played the better game, just had a overall great season, and respect. Top 10 respect moments. Kurt Signetti is him. Google him. He's a championship. He's a champion, and Mendoza is probably headed to the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my little commentary on the college and NFL sports. Congratulations, Indiana, Kurt Signetti, and Fernando Mendoza. Best of luck to the Rams and the Seahawks, Patriots, and the Broncos making it this far. Be watching. Hopefully, we're going to have another review of these sports. I'm willing to talk college basketball, so I will probably do that in the next video. But thank y'all for watching. Peace.